I'd like to show you around the Forsaken Stronghold, which is the house I've put together to be a pseudo Guildhall for UESP. Actual Guildhalls won't be coming in update 13. I'm not sure exactly when they will be, but I put this together to show the sort of thing which could be in one. So it's based on the Orc style. It's a large house, and it's nearest to the Viridian Woods Way Shrine in Bankerai. Fairly near that Willow's Pathway crafting station, and you can see where that is. Okay, so what's here? Well, we seem to have arrived at night time, so it's not going to be so great to see all of the statues, so I'll look at the outside later. But for now you can see the stables. We've got the main stable here with some animals in it and some troughs for them to eat from, some roast meat for the carnivores, and we've got the secondary stables out here on the left. Hi Molag Bal. Secondary stables are in this tower. As you can see, we've got a guar, a agouti, some meat for the carnivores, and also a water trough. I haven't really done any landscaping. The plants that are here are basically what came with this house when it was built furnished, but the insides are very, very different. So the sun's just starting to come up, I think. First thing you see when you come in through the gate from Bankerai, the Way Shrine, is there's a Skald King statue here. There's also another ancient Nord runestone and a history plus a Argonian swamp plant. Over here we've got a Breton crypt guarding statue. On this side there's an Altmer statue. It's a Nord lamppost, and there's various wood elf lights that you can see. See a wood elf lamp here, another one burning back there, and this is a wood elf trellis. What we'll do is we'll go inside first because it's dark. Actually no, we'll go around the back. These are some weird stones which you get from achievements. You have to pay for them, but you do get them from achievements. This is the Bosma Handfast. Can't really see it. Now you can, for zoom into first person. That's part of the Silvernar quest. This is the Serpent Stone from Craglorn. Something Reach-ish, something Hagraven-ish. Again, these are all from achievements. As you come round the back of the castle and look up, you'll see a sky shard. It's not a real sky shard, sadly. Can't actually get an achievement from it. Let's see, there's a sky shard here at the back. Okay. Oh, don't fall off, Azala. Myelma statue. And we're actually on the second floor, so I'm going to go back down. Back down to the first floor. It is interesting that you can die. You can die just exploring a house, you can die in the house editor. Now that's something to bear in mind. Echo's background is a little lighter than it was. Maybe you can see these stones a bit better. So there's a pair of stairs either side of the main stable. Gargoyle. The stones of the tower, shadow, and I can't remember what that one is. A couple of orcish scary dudes, totems. This is another Bosma light, Nord Serpent Stone, and a couple of Ansai warriors from Alakir. And they're being lit up there by, I think, 2 whackers. Brazier. This is Isgramor, of course. He's standing on this statue of the wolf because he looked like he was supposed to stand on something. I'm not quite sure about the position of those two because I didn't actually go and check the real statue of Isgramor. Yeah, you can see these Ansai, the brazier. Zoomed in a bit. Here are the orcish totems. A bit scary. And Arzela is really short. You don't realise until you're in first person mode. I mean, she's supposed to be. She's a Bosma. She's based on me, and I'm really short. But that's pretty funny. Okay. So, go in the door on the ground floor here. First thing you see as you come in is a rug of Kinnereth. There's a Knights of the Flame banner and a Mayoma banner. Ball of fruit. I'm not sure which way to take you first. Let's go left. So what you're going to see in here is a nicely well-stocked pantry, because I can't stand the number of pantries I've seen. They've just got a handful of items in them. You're supposed to believe that they're a real pantry. So fish, beets, pumpkin, apples, more fish. Apparently these things down here are oranges, although they don't quite seem the right shape. Beans, meat, garlic, some bread, various barrels and things. As you come around here, you'll see there's some urns, wine, glasses, oven, cooking fire, and a regular fire, because you can't actually put a cooking fire in that fireplace because it doesn't fit. If you try, you get a yellow outline around it which shows that it can't be used. This here is the dining table. It's an orcish dining table with Dunmer lighting and a red guard carpet, just presenting the red guard carpets are nice and warm looking. And in theory, all of these chairs can be sat in. See, the normal dining chairs, they work okay. The thrones are a bit buggy. Yeah, see, she's just not going to sit on that. Oof. Lovely nauseating camera angle there as she gets stuck in there and falls out. Yes, okay. So thrones are still a bit buggy, but hopefully they will be fixing that. Okay, so that's what you've got here. You've got an eating area and a kitchen area. Now, around the stairs is the crafting area. So any provisioning that you need to do can be done over here at this cooking fire. You see, so that's where you can do your provisioning writs, whatever. Any other kind of crafting you might want to do. Alchemy table. Enchanting. Blacksmithing. Dyeing. Not actually for a writ or anything, but once you've made your equipment, you probably want it to look nice. Clothing and woodworking. Now, the positioning of these things is a menace. if you put these nice little signs which show which sort of item it is, if you put them too close, then you can't actually get in and use the woodworking table. So that's something to bear in mind, is not to put that sign too close to the table, or they don't work. But that's a crafting area here. The other thing about a lot of these houses, they're all very, very dark. I mean, okay, it's made of stone, it doesn't have any windows, but it's so dark. Okay, so this is the Guildhall for UESP, and we are famous for our UESP wiki. So the large room over here is where we work on the wiki. And you can see, obviously, they're on computers. So we've got desks with pen and ink, papers, notebooks, and a large number of artefacts which we're working on. Tapestry brought back from Craglon. I think that's one of the Tanzil, I can't even pronounce the place. Stones, replica mnemic egg, Molag Bal banner that you brought back from Cold Harbour, brazier, Cold Harbour urn, and here's one of our researchers hard at work, or possibly it's Tithys the banker. The guild banners here, replica sigil stone, some soul gems. That's a Kwama egg, and that's part of a Daedric shekel, I believe. So yeah, Tithys does seem hard at work. Very interested in these artifacts. Okay, and you see this area is screened off so researchers don't get too distracted by what other people in the room are doing. Now this is this is the throne area. These are various Altma throne. You can see that. Aliad throne. I think that one's the Orc King's throne. That one's just called a Fur throne. And that's the Nord Skald King's throne. Rug of Akatosh here. And then perhaps some of the researchers sit on the thrones, and then the others sit on here on comfortable chairs and write down what each of the thrones are like. There's some plain red guard banners in the background. These are Khajiit moonstones. You see them in some tombs, some tomb puzzles. A map of Tamriel that you get for the Tamriel Explorer achievement. Replica, that's an Ansei sword from Craglorn. Serpent stone. And some space for the researchers to sit and write about these various artifacts as they observe them. This is a bugged out chest. It's not supposed to be there. I can't get it to appear, look. See, this is a chest, and you would expect it to appear in the retrieve menu under suite, trunks. And the only orcish coffer that you can see is 30 metres away upstairs. So this one here is bugged out. It's not supposed to be there, but we'll just ignore it. I'm just pointing it out so that you can't say I didn't or something. I don't know. These are from Bleakrock Isle. They are the eagle, snake, and whale stones. And over here we have many bookshelves. Many bookshelves. These are Red Guard bookshelves. These are Dunmer bookshelves. I think this is where we store the actual wiki when it's written. It goes over here. Dunmer desks. These researchers are working on the properties of this Oblivion stone. And some more bookshelves. Again, everything's full. And these researchers are screened off as well, so they don't get distracted. Many, many bookshelves. It makes me twitchy when I look at a lot of the houses that come with the game. Some of them don't even have bookshelves in. Some of them have bookshelves, but they're not full. And frankly, this is like the minimum number of books I can imagine in a house this size. So this is the main wiki writing room. Okay. Now, as we go upstairs, one thing about this particular citadel is that the ceilings are very low and some of the banners won't fit. This is actually a large house, not a manor, so it's the 5th size of house. They go in room, apartment, small house, medium house, large house, manor. And it's actually a large house because I didn't like any of the manors. This over here is a washing area, space for washing clothes, space for washing people, various types of wash basin, and some grotty rugs for standing on. And over here, this is the Daggerfall Covenant bedroom. So I thought I would have one of every type of bed. So this is the Breton bedroom. There's a Breton wall hanging. Breton wall hanging, Breton bed, Breton nightstand, Breton candle, Breton rug, Breton trunk, and Breton divider. This is the Red Guard room. Now, Red Guards, for some reason, don't have any single beds. It's odd. If you look in the Alakir, there are single beds, but there aren't any single beds available for your houses. So there's a fancy double bed and a nice oasis tapestry there. Nice warm looking rug. And I thought, well, if the Red Guard bed's going to be different, let's have a different orc bed as well. So the orc is a bunk bed. Extremely orcish tapestry. Trunk. And a very orcish light there. So that's the Daggerfall Covenant bedroom. This centre area, again, there's Red Guard rugs because they're nice and warm looking. And tapestries of the Divines. Very orcish tapestry there. And painting. Some precious things on tables. Not artifacts, just treasures, I suppose. Another. And a table where people can sit and chat about stuff. It's annoying because these two rugs aren't actually the same width. When you look at them, they're both called Red Guard runners, and you think, oh, okay, they'll be the same but different colours, but they're not. Asking far too much. I do like the carvings up there. This is the main bedroom, and over here is the Ebonheart Pact bedroom. This one with the bear rug, the wooden bedding, the dragon banner. This is obviously Nord. Yes, that's not a real bear. It was stitched together from 12 clean pelts. And you can get a clean pelt off a dreg. So there we go. No actual bears were harmed. This is the Argonian bedroom. have an Argonian floor mat, Argonian bed. I love this lantern. Argonian wall hanging, Argonian divider. And this, of course, is Dunmer. This is extremely dark elf. I didn't put down a tribunal mat so that it was equally accessible to Dunmer, who worship the three good Daedra or worship the tribunal. This is extremely Dunmer, this area. Okay, in the middle, this is the Imperial section. Now, this rug is enormous, but it just happens to be the rug that you've got. And this is Nibonese style furniture. So we've got Nibonese style bed, table divider, trunk, and a Imperial banner. Over here, we've got the Aldmeri Dominion bedroom. This first one obviously is Altmer. I mean, it's extremely high elven with the tree designs, the eagle. Everything in here is very eagle. Although I do actually really like this wall hanging. This is Khajiit. Moon and stars patterning, you see. Curtains and a trunk. And then this one in the corner. Over here, this is Bosma. And it's all bone and hide. And I was struggling to find a Bosma trunk, so you've got big urn there instead. They'll have to put their clothes in the big urn because apparently Bosma don't have wardrobes. At least there aren't any to be found in this game. So, Urban Heart Pact over here. Imperials in the middle. Ordinary Dominion over here. This central area for talking. Daggerfall Covenant side. And the washing area. I'm pretty proud of this. It took the whole thing took about 12 hours to put together, and I can tell you about 6 hours of it was this bedroom area. Honestly, it was a lot of hassle trying to get it all to fit in. So what have we got out here? This is a tribunal altar, and each of these designs reflects one of the members of the tribunal. I am not such a scholar of Morrowind lore as to know which is which. You will remember, came up here before, and we saw this Maelma thing from Knothy's Roost. This is a statue of Azora, Lady of Dawn and Dusk. And as you can see, the view from up here is really quite something, even at night time, even with the clouds. It's pretty. This tower is the top of the second stable where the Gwar and Kakuti are. We've got some relics of Saint Velothi here. And here are the target skeletons. So this is where members of the guild can come and practice their DPS. Don't know how much output they're doing. They can come up here and attack. And I've got complete rubbish on my bar because I didn't think I was going to test it out. You can see I'm not a DPS build. I'm healer, so yeah, that's where you can come and test your DPS out should you want to. Oh, and these are arranged so that it's possible to stand in the middle and do an AoE and hit all of them. And I already showed you the sky shard. If we go back down to the ground, this little corner over here I think was the evil corner. This is where we have the guillotine of King Emmerich's nightmares. We have a remnant. We have a remnant of Borath. I don't know why it has so many skulls. I'm not really going to speculate about that. Statue of Ernina. A blood fountain. Spewing blood. Nice. And some bloodthorn vines. This would be a much better video if I didn't accidentally roll dodge over rocks. Okay, I tripped over the rocks. Fine. So that's the little evil corner. Down here, in this garden section, there was, on this altar in front of us, a guardian main statue. And I put it on this altar, but it disappeared, and again, there was no sign of it on the retrieve menu. But it will be here again. And that's a Nordic dragon altar. So it's down to the Moonmont lunar altar. To that Nordic dragon altar. You can see the light glowing in the room where in the second stable there, and at the top the lights glowing where the target skeleton are. And more like Bao looking evil. But that's it really, that's everything that's here. And I'm quite proud of it. It was a lot of work, about 12 hours in total. And I hope that I'll be able to put this together on live. It'll be a lot of hassle. I have a list of all of the items that we used to make it. And might take a couple of weeks to get everything together. But that's what the UESP little Guildhall looks like. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Okay, bye.